Good afternoon. You okay? Not too tired? Okay. Any questions? Anything to share?
Asking this on behalf of our discussion group.
Okay.
One question was whether there are different types of negative karmas, if there's any distinction.
Yeah.
And the second question was, someone in our group was asking, let's say you want to prevent your luggage from being stolen. You put a lock on it. But there's also a perspective that by doing so, you are preventing someone else from incurring the bad karma of stealing. How do we reconcile these views?
Okay. The first one, there are many types of karma, many aspects of karma. It can sum in two kind of karma in relation to negative karma. They call the definite karma and indefinite karma. So here, first of all, the karma is referring to the seed of an action that which already established in our continuum, referring to that. That karma comes in a two aspect. One is in the form of definite to bring a result, which is called definite karma, called le nyeba. Then another one is le manyeba, so indefinite karma, which is not necessarily definite to produce. It is result. So when the conditions are met, then the causes for the result will be complete, then result will be produced. So the practice of purification is beneficial for any type of karma, whether it's definite or indefinite. If the karma is indefinite in the present time, then practice of purification, such as four opponent power, such as Vajrasattva practice. So there are many forms of purification practices like 35 Buddhist prostration, or any form of virtuous practices also act as an antidote. Then the indefinite karma, the karmic seed, can wipe away from its root, from bringing about its result. So that's the benefit of purification practice. As far as concerned with the definite karma, yes, it is definite to bring about result. Since it is definite, then what's the point of doing purification? Isn't it? You may have this question. So the benefit of purification practice will reduce the intensity of its consequences, and also it will reduce the duration of the karmic consequences experiences. An example, if I have the negative karmic imprint, which is in the form of indefinite karmic aspect, to result in the lower realms, like hell realm, by meeting the conditional causes. I'm talking about definite karma, isn't it? So then the purification practices will reduce its intensity. Definitely will born in hell realm, but instead of remaining there eons of time, the karma supposed to remain eons of lifetime will reduce to maybe just one morning, just one visit. And the intensity of its experience will be much more lighter. So like that. So there are many form of karmas still remain as indefinite, that understand as remain as indefinite. So that's why accumulating virtues and purification practices will give great benefits. So something like that. Then the second one, I didn't really get the full picture. Maybe can you repeat one more time?
So Vishwa, someone in our group had asked if by protecting my luggage, by putting a lock on it, I don't want my things to be stolen. Is it also correct to say that by doing so we're preventing someone else from incurring the negative karma of stealing?
I see. Yes. In some way, yes. Yes, in some way. So, yeah, there are many actions of our own body, speech, and mind, shielding with virtuous protection, like such as mind as a shield with the attitude of bodhicitta, emptiness, and then the speech, you bless with the mantras. There's a speech blessing mantras in the prayer books. Then the physical action, you consecrate your physical body. If you are practicing daily yogas, then you can generate self-generation, or otherwise, through motivation, you dedicate your body, speech, and mind in artistic, infused by artistic intention, bodhicitta intention. So in that way, even someone get angry towards you, you protect that person to receive heavier form of karma. If even that person cause any physical harm, or get angry just because of don't like the tone that you speak, or get upset just seeing your appearance. So because of this virtuous shielding, the protection just mentioned, helps to reduce the intensity of committing karma by others. So that's why it is a teaching that comes from Paramita Sutra, Nagarjuna's precious garland, Shanideva's Bodhisattva Avtacharya. So all the teachings and practices of the Bodhisattvas, that they, from very morning, when they get up, the first thing in the morning, they they dedicate their body, speech, and mind for the benefit of others. Like, may whoever see me, remember me, even touch, or whatever way they relate to you, relate to your body, speech, and mind. Even they harm you, may my existence be the cause of their happiness, cause of their virtue, cause of their purification. So that is like very much your luggage get locked for people not to easily can steal. So that whatever way people relate to you, they still receive the benefit of blessings, benefit of purification, benefit of conditioning for their happiness. Even they relate negatively to you. So these are the way how Bodhisattva live like that. So otherwise, most of the negative karma that other commit in relation to you, you are one of you're one of a major reason why others commit negative karma. And that aspect of karma again trace back to the past karma. Acted the same way. If someone create a karma of unhappiness, being you are existing, create a karma of seeing you, in the past, you created the karma the similar way. You also generated negative thoughts, the presence of others, other being present to you. You see, so trace back there are similar karmic relationship, from beginningless lifetime. So now, as a Dharma practitioner, as someone who understands karma, then we have to initiate to come full stop to that karma, so that that kind of negative relationship don't have to continue in future times. So as a practitioner, it's our responsibility to always initiate to full stop such karma. And one of the way to do that is the Bodhisattva's way of attitude, as I mentioned before. or even someone presently expressing the negativities towards you, then bring full stop to that repeated aspect of such karmic relationship with that person is to generate compassion to that person instead of getting upset. Practice of compassion. So then, from that onward, from your side, you break the chain of negative relationship with that person and you establish a positive relationship, beneficial relationship because of the heart of compassion. Like that. Thank you. No question? Then I will start the text. Okay. Anyway, later, if in case you have questions, then you can raise hand. Then we can stop there and we can do question and answer also. Okay. Okay. So learn for the path. So that's the text composed by Lama Atisha. the Atisha, the name Atisha, is very much used well in Tibet, but in India, they mainly use Dipamkara Srijnana instead of Atisha. So anyway, Atisha very much meaning excellency, or someone is like a wise one, something like that. So the composition of the text, it is quite traditional of the Bikram Shiva and Nalanda Monastery University's tradition to the way how it composed. Initially there's the supplication, supplication. Then after that, then acknowledging who have requested such composition, such teaching, because Buddha Dharma, any Dharma teaching or Dharma composition, very much it has to be inspired by someone that who really sees the benefit and treasured with great respect. Then the masters, either they reveal the teaching, they transcribe it, or either they write down. So then the translators in Tibet, their tradition, initially you need to mention the Sanskrit word, the title of the text. That also to show the so there are a few reasons for that. One of the reasons is the lineage of this teaching, even historically can trace back to the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, who have revealed the Dharma, especially the Mahayana and the Tantrayana in Sanskrit language. Is one of the reasons is that. The another reason, the master who revealed the teaching, very much came from India and used the language of the Buddha, which is the Sanskrit language. So the name of the text, it says Buddhipada Paradipam. Then in Tibetan go Changju Lamju Drene. So in English, the lamp for the path to enlightenment. The Atisha's, the introduction of the Dharma in this text is very much served like the lamp, which illuminate the path of the practices of the three capable beings, the small capable being, middle capable being, high capable beings path. So entire lamrim, to illuminate the entire lamrim, and that lamrim, that gradual path, or that path of the three capable being, ultimately, directed to liberation or the enlightenment. So the lamp for the path to enlightenment. So enlightenment, in a common understanding, there are three states of liberation. Liberation that which achieved following the hero's path, or the solitary realizer's path, then Bodhisattva path, the three stages of liberation, generally, can label as a term of enlightenment. Then the exclusive meaning or uncommon the interpretation of enlightenment is referring to the Buddhahood. Even though there are three stages of liberation, and as well as there are three types of beings who pursue, three kind of liberation, but ultimately, there's only one liberation. That is the highest state of liberation, which is called Buddhahood. So that's why I say lamp on the path to enlightenment. So enlightenment, in Tibetan language, Sam, Ye. So there's two letters. Sam means purified or eradicate. What purify, what eradicate, or what Sam, Tibani, the two obstacles. Obstacles to nirvana, which is the delusional obstacles, and obstacle to omniscience, which is called the obstacle to omniscience, or also called as obstacle to knowledge. So that is Sam, purified, eradicate. Ge means actualize. What actualize? By purifying these two stages, two kind of obstacle, you actualize the true bodies of the Buddha, the true benefit of the Buddha. One is benefit for self, which is the Dharmakaya, or the wisdom body. Then the benefit for others, which is the form body. So you actualize these two perfected, greatest benefit for self and others. Ge, so Sam, Ye. Then in the Tibetan translation, the translator, Gelugpa, so he translated this text into Tibetan. So he paid homage to Bodhisattva, the youthful Manjushri. So this is homage paid by Gelugpa. Homage to Bodhisattva, the youthful Manjushri. The main reason the translator make this salutation is for him to have a sharp, correct, clear wisdom to understand, exactly without mistake, to be able to translate correctly. Then the Atisha himself, then he make this homage, saying, I pay homage with great respect to all the victorious one of the three times, to their teaching and to those who aspire to virtues. So Atisha pay homage with a great respect. The great respect, through your body, speech, and mind, physically, really putting, upholding, high, above your ground. Then from speech you express praises from heart. You value as incompatible blessings. And he paid this great respect to who? The victorious of the three times, the Buddhas of the three times, the Tathagatas that who already gone beyond, and the Buddhas of the present time, and the Buddhas of the future, who are the Bodhisattvas. And also their teachings. What are their teachings? The three baskets of teachings. And to those aspire in virtue, which are the Sangha, so also paying respect, veneration to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So those who aspire to virtue, is the virtue here to be understood, the Dharma, the altruistic attitude and wisdom. The teaching here mainly referring to the altruistic teaching, the bodhicitta and emptiness. So this is the Atisha's reason for paying homage. One of the reasons is to validate the authenticity of his lineage. The second reason paying homage to Triple Gem shows this is the common path, very much the whole path. There's there's a focus on whole path. So the lamrim, or the lamp for the path, the whole subject, there's a great focus on preliminary teachings. There's a great focus on the main body teaching. The preliminary teachings are the introductions of the three capable beings and 80's path, like such as practice of refuge, practice of individual liberation vows, practice of karma, teachings on karma. Then teachings on Four Noble Truth, teachings on traveling of interdependent existence, teachings on Eightfold Path. So all this serve as a preliminary teaching, and Atisha also pay great focus on that. Then the main body practice is the altruistic practice, the bodhicitta, bodhicitta, and the wisdom of emptiness. Then not only that, Atisha also pay attention and focus to the resultant dharma, which is the teaching on tantra. So the lamp for the path has the complete, complete teaching. So that's the reason from the veneration, from the homage, you can roughly tell what is the subject of this particular conversation. So there are certain texts they pay homage to Manjushri. If the composer pay homage to Manjushri, roughly know that main theme of the text is on wisdom. Then then there are certain teaching, like such as the teachings by Chandrakirti, etc. This, the middle way, treaty, pay homage to compassion. Then so there are then certain texts pay homage to just one, Tathagata didn't pay homage to all the three object of refuge, just pay homage to Tathagata. That very much shows the theme of the teaching is more to Vinaya, etc. like that. So from the homage you will know, and this is again special Nalendra's tradition. When they make composition, the paying homage is already from there. Already you know the main theme of the teaching. The second reason paying homage is to clear obstacle to the conversation. So that's what exactly Atisha did. Then after that, Atisha says, urged by the good disciple Changchu, I shall illuminate the lamp for the path to enlightenment. So this again, validate the composition of pure Dharma teaching, not anyhow, it's just because of your interest. There's a great interest shown by the practitioners, by others, and value your wisdom, value your practice, and ask to illustrate that into writing. Such as when if you wish to receive certain Dharma advice, Dharma teaching, to show genuine interest, genuine respect, then you have to request. You have to request to reveal the Dharma. So that shows preciousness. Like even as a person, I won't deserve sitting like this, slightly higher than you, and facing, but making the more magnificentness of the environment, including the sitting for the teacher who will reveal the Dharma, mainly is to show the respect to the teaching. It's not a person, respect to the teaching. Then also the teacher have to accept that. You can practice your humbleness, humility in other area, but when it comes to revealing the teaching, then you have to accept to sit on the throne. Also, you value the teaching. So these are certain few ideas, how the Buddhist tradition illustrate the respect, beside respect from the heart, but also in physical level. That you need to voice, you need to present your sincere, either like writing or verbally, requesting with a great sense of gesture of respect through your body, speech, and mind. Then when the Dharma is revealing you, we cannot just simply, sit at the coffee table and just say, okay, you better teach me the Dharma. The teacher can do that in the concern of the student's need with so much compassion. But as a Dharma listener, if you are truly valuing your spiritual path, then you have to make it very secret. It's very precious. So the more that you do that, the greater the blessings we receive. So here, urged by a good disciple, Changchu word. So why is a good disciple? First of all, Changchu word is the one that, in concern of the rest of the Tibetan people there during that time, roughly their mental disposition. He saw the needs of complete introduction of the complete path, but not really having too much of philosophical flavor, and also not too condensed, not too extensive, yet complete, and easy to understand, and also mainly directed for meditational guide, not an intellectual guide, mainly to the meditational guide. So Changchu will express that to Atisha. So Atisha was very impressed, heart-touched. So it was very, very happy to know that. Then also Changchu were presented 7 questions that also made Atisha very happy. So the 7 questions are, what is a practitioner of great vehicle like? What is a practitioner of Mahayana alike? So that's the first question. Second question, can the altruistic intention, the bodhicitta, arise in an ordinary person or not? Can ordinary person can realize bodhicitta? Or can ordinary person become bodhisattva? That's the question. Or ordinary people like us can become bodhisattva? So that's the question. Then, does one need to hold the individual liberation vows as a basis for bodhisattva vows or not? Individual liberation vows, refugees, individual liberation vows, 5-day vows are individual liberation vows, monastic vows are individual liberation vows. You see? So, in order to receive bodhisattva vow, do you need individual liberation vow as a basis or not? So yes, without having the refuge vow, there's no basis to store or no basis to contain the bodhisattva vows. Without refuge vow, you cannot receive bodhisattva vows. Then, when someone holding the individual liberation vows takes the tantric vows, does the individual liberation vows become the tantric vow, or does that person then hold 2 vows? that person hold true vows. Individual liberation vow will not become tantric vows. Tantric vow will not become individual liberation vows. So that person holding true vows. As I mentioned in the morning, that in Tibet, before Atisha came, there's a lot of misconception about Tantra and Sutra, especially Tantra and Vinaya. Someone practicing Tantra, then you are not capable to practice Vinaya. If someone practicing Vinaya, then you have no room to actualize Tantric practices. So mainly directed to clear that misunderstanding. So one person can hold these true vows. Then the fifth one, does skillful means and the wisdom need to be combined or not? Does skillful means and wisdom need to combine or not in order to complete the two great strokes of merits and insight? The skillful means is a method aspect of the path, bodhicitta. Loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta is a method aspect of the path. Those are called skillful means. Wisdom of emptiness. Does this two need to combine in order to complete the two great stores of merit? Two great stores of merits are the merit of method, merit of wisdom. Merit that accumulated cultivating loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta are called the merit of method. Merit that accumulated studying, meditating on emptiness is called merit of wisdom. Again, in the morning, I give you an overview. Merit of method will deliver the result of Buddha's form body, which is useful to be in the service of others. Merit of wisdom will result your the benefit, which is your ultimate benefit, the Dharmakaya, the wisdom body of the Buddha. So these two need to combine, especially when you really engaging in the 10 bhumis. So there are 5 paths and 10 bhumis to travel. When you are engaging in the dedicated practice of eradicating different level of defilement, then you need the wisdom with the force of bodhicitta, the skillful means. Otherwise, even you have a direct realization on emptiness, you won't able to succeed eradicating defilements. That's why along the 5 paths, especially when you reach to the 3rd level of the path, there are 5 paths. Path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, path of meditation, path of normal learning. So there are 5 paths. The path of preparation, path of accumulation, and path of preparation, they are Bodhisattva's path. So that answer the earlier, can ordinary person become a Bodhisattva or not? Can ordinary person can actualize bodhicitta or not? The answer is yes. You can be still ordinary and you can still be Bodhisattva. And within the 5 paths, you will be in the earlier true path, either in the path of accumulation or path of preparation. So path of accumulation is a very important path that from the 3 great strokes of merit in order to accomplish all the virtues, in order to actualize full enlightenment. The first strokes of great merit you accumulate in the path of accumulation. That's why I call path of merit also. The path of accumulation, in another term, it also called path of merit. There you accumulate first countless eons of merit. And you are still ordinary person. You are ordinary Bodhisattva. Then, but at that stage, your bodhicitta, if you don't hold mindfully, then there are possibility of degenerating also. So during the part of preparation, part of accumulation, when you don't live with the mindfulness of observing the Buddhist precepts, like such as the Buddhist practice, such as practice of 6 paramita, then there's a danger of losing the bodhicitta, and you may fall into the path of hero and solitary realizer. So those are the path from the Hinayana path, which main objective is to achieve nirvana, peace for yourself, not the liberation that dedicated for the benefit of others. That you pursue the liberation that dedicated for your own self-liberation. So anyway, then when you reach the path of preparation, so there are four different stages. So again, still until you complete the path of preparation, in the initial stage, there are great danger of again losing the bodhicitta. If you by encountering wrong teachers or discourage being in the service of other sentient being, then you let go of bodhicitta and you fall to the Hinayana path. They are possible like that. So now the 10 bhumi. 10 bhumi start from the path of seeing. After you realize that Bodhisattva realize the wisdom of emptiness, directly, means when you realize the non-conceptual realization on emptiness, to the self and to the phenomena, then the 10 level of the 10 level of the bhumi start from there. And during this 10 bhumi period, the negations, which is the obscuration to omniscience, are divided into 9 portions, from gross to subtle. And that the practitioner then need to purify those negations step by step. In order to effectively actualize the purification of those defilements, the practice has to divide into 2 sessions, post sessions and meditation session, post meditation session and meditation session. So during the post meditation session, you practice the skillful means, the method aspect of the path. The more the merit you accumulate through loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, your wisdom of emptiness become sharper. Your wisdom of emptiness become more effective. Even though there's nothing more new wisdom to be realized, because once you realize emptiness directly, the same true all the way until even when you become enlightened. But the strength of that wisdom, performing the deeds of antidote to negating the negation, the force come from the skillful means, the bodhicitta. You see, so during the post meditation, from the 6 paramita, they cultivate the practice up to the 5 paramita, like practice of morality, practice of generosity, practice of patience, practice of joyous effort, practice of concentration. So when your time spent engaging in these 5 paramitas, you accumulate great stores of merit, then that will affect the number 6 paramita, wisdom, become effective. You see. So so anyway, maybe more detail we will discuss later. So here I'm talking about the combining of the wisdom and method. So it's talking about special insight. with a very firm ground of morality, then you train in single-pointed concentration. You actualize shamatha, the most serviceable mind, and using that serviceable mind as a subject which is going to meditate on the wisdom of emptiness. Then utilize that wisdom of emptiness as an antidote to eradicate the negation. And that act, that particular practice is called the special insight. So if you learn lamrim, then there's a section called special insight. It's about that. So only special insight able to perform, or only the wisdom that combined with the shamatha mind and the emptiness realization able to perform as an effective antidote to eradicate the negation. Just wisdom alone cannot. Just single-pointed concentration alone also cannot. You see. So therefore, do skillful means and wisdom need to combine or not? Yes, need to combine. If not, you won't able to achieve special insight. If you don't achieve special insight, then just alone shamatha or concentration mind, there's not much use. Or just alone wisdom or emptiness, not much use. You see, to complete the great stores of merit. Complete the great stores of merit. When you reach to part of normal learning, then you complete the great stores of merit. Means when you become Buddha, then you accomplish the true great stores of merit. But in order to reach there, you need to eradicate the defilement. But in order to eradicate the defilement, you need the antidote. You see, what is the antidote? The special insight. You see, so this is how I can understand. Then the number 6 is, which is the correct view, Chittamatra or Madhyamika? So this one again, in the wisdom chapter, we will discuss more detail. And of course, the correct view is the Madhyamika view. Pasangika Madhyamika. Madhyamika also got two, Sautrantika Madhyamika, Pasangika Madhyamika. Pasangika Madhyamika, which is the view that Nagarjuna holds, view that Chandrakirti holds, view that Lama Tsongkhapa holds, view that Atisha holds. This is the ultimate view on emptiness that Buddha carries, And this view on emptiness, the view of understanding all phenomena lacking inherent existence, lacking substantial existence, lacking true existence. So this view is the correct view. This view is the ultimate antidote to eradicate the root cause of samsara, which is the ignorant, that not knowing this ultimate reality. Why comparison of Chittamatra and Madhyamika? Why didn't compare Madhyamika and Sautrantika? Why didn't compare Madhyamika and Vaibhasika? There are 4 Buddhist philosophy schools. Vaibhasika school, Sautrantika school, Chittamatra school, Sautrantika Madhyamika school, Pasangika Madhyamika school. So there are 4 schools. So here, Changchu will present the question to Atisha, comparing Pasangika Madhyamika school with the third one, the Chittamatra school, Maimonides school. The reason is, the rest of the other philosopher school, there's a discussion on, the substantial or true existence in relation to object, the object. But as far as concerned with the Chittamatra and Pasangika Madhyamika, that already overcome. That challenge is already overcome. Even for Chittamatra, even though it's a lower philosophical view and it's not an ultimate view, but one great thing that Chittamatra or the mind-only school have done is, make a very firm decision or firm understanding. There's no true existence, the tangible objects. there's no inherent or true, there's no true existent tangible object from the physical right, from the tangibles it is right. So that meaning equal to there's no substantial existence in tangible phenomena. There's no inherent existence on tangible phenomena. Even though the Chitta Mother won't pronounce the language of inherent existence, substantial existence, but meaning understood, it served the benefit of negating substantial and inherent existence by negating true existing external phenomena. So therefore, one huge area of discussion on whether substantially exists or not on the physical form, that discussion is already stopped. The only thing to be discussed now is the mind, the subject. So Chitta Matra, everything exists imputation of your mind. And Pasangika also use the same language. Pasangika Madhyamika also use everything exists, imputation of your mind. Everything is label of your mind. Chitta Matra also say everything exists, from the mind. Now, the meaning, what it means, it carries different meaning, huge different meaning. So Chitta Matra, when say everything arises from your mind, is not saying everything labeled by mind. Everything exists merely labeled by mind. It's saying everything exists labeled by mind, but the mind, the subject, has to exist in its true nature. In its true nature. Otherwise, there's no base for the mind to carry the potential to bring about existence of the rest of the tangible phenomena. You see. So, but for the Pasangika Madhyamika, the whole reason of the subject being in the true existence is the reason that you are establishing complete non-existence. Here, for Pasangika, try to establish emptiness is in fact establishing legitimate existence. And the way legitimately, to establish legitimate existence of the self and phenomena is to establish, mainly in the name, mainly in imitation. There's no substantial existence at all, even on the subject, and of course for sure it's not on the object. So like that. So anyway, for some of you, this is just my duty to confuse you. So anyway, so which is the correct view? This is a Madhyamika view. So if you want to, give a straightforward answer and say, because there's the main discussion, the needed is on the subject, not on the object side. That's the reason. Then the second question: how does one enter to the door of Maya and a secret mantra? So that make Atisha to not just reveal the teaching on sutra, but also cause Atisha to reveal the teaching on tantra. So like that, I think the earlier two questions, what is the practitioner of great vehicle like? So that brief answer is, someone who aspire in bodhicitta, or someone who hold the Bodhisattva, and those are called the practitioner of great vehicle. So something like that. So these are the 7 questions that Changju were presented, and that pleases Atisha. So that's why called good disciple. Urged by a good disciple, Changju were, then I shall illuminate the lamp for the path to enlightenment. Here also discuss the teaching on characteristic of the students. In fact, in the earlier, in the introduction, and briefly mentioned about Atisha, the valid teacher. Generally, when you validate the valid teacher with this the common qualities that to be seen in the teacher, that which emphasized by Maitreya in the Mahayana Sutra, that there are 10 different qualities, and these 10 different qualities can summarize into very much in 3. Someone that who practice 3 higher training, who live in the practice 3 higher training, the higher training of morality, the teacher, the someone that who carry good moral conduct, then someone that who also live in the practice of concentration, meaning carrying certain capability to control your emotion. The mind of concentration is the one that make your mind serviceable to you. You see. Of course, there are many teachers that who are already enlightened, then who manifest as ordinary human being to guide us. But there are also a teacher who is not yet Buddha. They are really ordinary individuals, but who are living in these basic trainings, which is good moral conduct and also practice of concentration. So the greater the concentration you have, your emotions are well controlled. The best you achieve shamatha, then you already conquer your mind. If not, even the basic mindfulness helps to control our emotion from expressing, timely detect its harmfulness, and you are able to guard expressing your emotion through your negative emotion like anger, attachment, etc. Through so that it will protect from causing harm to others, especially harm to the students. So then, wisdom. The third quality is a wisdom. Someone who really carries correct knowledge of the Dharma. You see, as a student, you have to learn correct information of the Dharma. So the teacher don't carry the correct knowledge through rigorous study, then one may guide in the wrong path, isn't it? So then, in another way of understanding, is someone that who understood, at least who understood, correctly on the wisdom of emptiness. Best, someone who have already realized wisdom of emptiness. Then nothing can go wrong. But if not, at least correct understanding of emptiness, because emptiness is the ultimate dharma. You see, Buddha taught 84,000 teaching. The whole 84,000 teaching is purpose to deliver the teaching on emptiness. You see, when we learn about Dharma refuge, you see, that Dharma is referring to the wisdom of emptiness. You see, when we talk about enlightenment, in order to enlighten, you need to eradicate the defilement. What eradicate the defilement? By a correct antidote. That is none other than emptiness. Any other Dharma cannot add direct antidote to the defilement. Only emptiness. You see. So if you are relying on a teacher, the teacher who don't know how to teach emptiness, then a huge blockage, to the path. You may never able to learn the ultimate Dharma So, so these three qualities. So in another way, the Maitreya says that if there's a whole 10 qualities that you're able to spot in a teacher, then that's the best. If not, at least 5. If not, at least 3. You see. So again, in the lamrim teaching, these 3. The Southern teaching, the 3 are mentioned, as I mentioned before, the 3 higher trainings. But then in lamrim teaching, the three are the moral ethic, compassion, and knowledge. You know, the ethical discipline. So the teacher, the higher the ethical discipline the teacher holds, that's the better. The more is the better. You see. So then, how do you define the teacher holding, higher ethical discipline? You can understand the upholding of many vows, many precepts. You start from refuge vows, lay vows. Then if it's a lay teacher, then refuge is must. 5 lay vows is must. You see, minimum. Then on top of that, Buddhist vows, pandit vows. These are also common to lay and ordained sangha. Now for the ordained teacher, the extra is the individual liberation, the higher vows such as monastery vows. There's 3 to be adopted, 3 to be abandoned, the pre-ordination vows. Then 36 novice vows, 253 fully ordained sangha vows. You see, so all these vows are guard, protection for you to cause harm to others, also for others to receive harm from you. All this. So then, when we talk about Buddhist vow, 18 root vows, 46 secondary vows, tantric vows, each of the dhyani Buddha, the vows of the 5 dhyani Buddhas. So even when we talk about 5 lay vows, no killing, no stealing, no lying, no sexual misconduct, no intoxication. If someone holding these 5 lay vows, you be among this person, already much more safer than being someone who don't observe these precepts. You see. So then, if not that, at least refuge vows. You see, the refuge vow, the essence of the refuge vow is, if you are able to benefit, do so. If not, at least refrain from causing harm to others. This is the refuge precept. You see. So, if a teacher, especially Dharma teacher's responsibility is a huge responsibility. When you teach Dharma, when you preach Dharma, or someone regarding you as a Dharma teacher, Dharma guru, the responsibility you have to take beyond this lifetime. The responsibility, you need to have the courage, or you need to commit to take the responsibility of your students' journey up to enlightenment. So that much pure relationship is required, you see. So here cannot go wrong. We say cannot play. Cannot take easy. It has to be extremely serious. Therefore, in lamrim teaching is so important to study, because the first chapter is about guru devotion. It's about guru. And so there, it teaches all the different levels of the qualities that you should look for in the teacher. You see, so even saying that when you make a teacher-disciple relationship, in spiritual teacher-disciple relationship, they say, don't become like a dog who meet fresh meat, without investigating whether got poison or not. You just eat it, So he's saying that even it takes lifetime is worth or minimum about 12 years. It means you study from the teacher, but without committing yet as a guru, you see, spiritual guru. Once you commit guru-disciple relationship, then the disciple, then everything, you have to interpret as deeds of the Buddha. So you really need to, have the capability, the mindset to see, everything as a Buddha's activity in the activities of the Guru, and to see Guru Buddha oneness, sameness. So in order to happen that, then not just the quality the Guru is important, it is also the quality the disciple is important. So then there here, when talk about Changju work, so traditionally it's good to introduce the teaching on the qualities of the disciple. So the earlier there was 400 stanzas it mentioned the three qualities to have. The first one is non-partisan. Second one is the discriminative wisdom. Then third one is the diligent in practice. So non-partisan, there may be many explanations, but here the non-partisan meaning having very clear objective of your purpose of your spiritual path, a very clear objective of your relation to your teacher, your relation to your Dharma pursuit, and the objective is liberation, nothing than that, liberation. The purpose of learning Dharma is not to make this present life better off. It has to be targeted for the future lifetime's benefit. That also the benefit of liberation, the freedom from delusion and karma, minimum. Then if you are a practitioner of the Mahayana, then your stage of liberation is Buddhahood, omniscient, Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. You see, so you learn the Dharma for that purpose. Not your ultimate purpose is not to run away from the problem we have in this lifetime. The samsara is already part of the package, of our past mistakes. Is that has to go through. You see, our past mistake is, reborn in samsara. That's our mistake. If we are capable enough, if we utilize the past lifetimes, precious rebirths. We have taken many human lives before, and many precious human life also before. But one thing, I don't know about you, but very obvious to me, I didn't manage to purify the karma and delusion. Then by the force of karma and delusion, I came into, conceived as a baby. Then rebirth. Once born, by the force of karma and delusion, then aging, sickness, death, all this roller coaster like life is a package. And there are a lot of bonus gift also, there are a lot of like Christmas surprises of samsara. So now, when your objective is clear, the heart of non-partisan, the qualitative student, then you will know exactly what to do to utilize the full benefit of meeting the Dharma, meeting the teacher, is to make sure you completely equip the tools to stop rebirth again in future lifetimes, to able to stop another rebirth by thoughts of karma and delusion. So in order to deliver that, then that's why purification comes in place. You need to, purify the past karma and delusions, and you also need to protect, committing new karma and new delusions. You see, so therefore, you need to apply antidote. And again, comes around here, emptiness. Without emptiness, without altruism, you won't be able to purify effectively of the delusion. You see, you may be able to purify attachment, you may be able to purify anger, but you won't be able to purify the ignorance, which is the root of all this delusion. For that, you need a direct opponent, the direct antidote. So, other than emptiness, none of the Dharma can act as a direct antidote. In Tibetan we call Zindang Murgal. The ignorant mind apprehend or grasp inherent existence. And the antidote you need is someone directly, apprehending lack of inherent existence. And that mind only carries the wisdom, the wisdom of emptiness, not even by bodhicitta, not even by compassion, you see. So Zindamunga. So then also the relation to your teacher, solely for the liberation, when we talk about Guru devotion, you say Guru devotion to be upheld in the practice of thoughts and action. So in the practice of thoughts, you see Guru as a Buddha. In the practice of action, then you serve the Guru. You completely surrender yourself, under the guidance of the Guru, and living in full service of the Guru. So when you talk about service here, it's nothing other than living in the practice, yourself living in the path. So when you live in the path, that is the best service to the Guru. When you get liberated, that's the best achievement for the Guru, for you. You see. So service doesn't mean you have to be attendant to the Guru. It doesn't mean always sweep his room, cook for him. It doesn't mean that. It's meaning living fully in the practice. That practice is revealed by the teacher, the Dharma. You see. So otherwise, if you don't have this quality of non-partisan, then sometimes you expect your Guru to be almost like companion, like a coffee partner, like a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's a danger, like emotional consultants. Whenever you feel lonely, then you call your Guru. I feel very lonely. Talk to me. Then when Guru didn't pick up the phone, tomorrow bye Guru. He said this Guru is useless. You see? So then, because of not having this quality of non-partisan, not knowing exact meaning the relationship, then there's a lot of inconvenience that occur between Guru and disciple. You see, there are a lot of problems, reflection of our own mind, our own impure view. Of course, as mentioned, the Guru side need to have the quality, basic quality. If there's no basic quality in the Guru, then the Guru side become a problematic to you. So that's why this is a very important subject, very important practice. If this gets right, then the rest of the lamrim, the rest of the path becomes so easy, including understanding and realization of emptiness. Even bodhicitta becomes so easy. You see, so easy. So that's why, the Guru devotion practice is regarded as a basis of all the realizations. Guru devotion practice is the foundations of all the good qualities. You see. And also understand Guru is the creator of your enlightenment. Guru is the liberator, you from entire oceans of samsara. It's so true. If this go right, everything will go right. If this go wrong, nothing will go right. You see, without the blessing and the merit that you accumulate in relation to Guru, even how intelligent one may be, how much wisdom we have, on emptiness, we won't realize emptiness as a path. How great service you do sentient beings, but they won't be service that delivered by genuine sense of compassion or genuine sense of altruism. It always carry this worldly concern, worldly purposes, behind the idea of your service to sentient being. When you have the blessing, you truly become selfless. When you have the blessing Guru, you absolutely, truly become selfless, truly become sincere. All the practices in 6 parameter, you deliver with humanity. It's completely loss of ego and with the complete humanity. Really, touching the ground. And whatever it means, whatever you perform the service to sentient being, it becomes a genuine. You see, so all this has to come from the blessing in relation to the practice of Guru. You see, so like that. That's why I'm saying this. Means if you attach to this line, you are not even Dharma practitioner. Attachment towards anything concerned in relation to this within this very lifetime. With that, even you meditate on emptiness. With that, even you meditate on bodhicitta. With that, even you do huge charity. With that, you do light offering, you do whatever sort of practices, sadhana practices, daily yoga practices. None of them become Dharma. It's a worldly Dharma. Yes, it carries certain value of virtue, but it cannot become antidote to the samsara. It's still a cause of samsara. You see, even little, some worldly enjoyment that we have, youthfulness, good health, long life, prosperity, even sensual happiness. All these are result of virtue. It has to be a result of virtue. But then those virtue have a choice to become a dharma. If that virtue become a dharma, the result might be liberation, enjoying the liberation. You see. So similarly, at the present time, whatever dharma we do, whatever virtue we accumulate, it just stays as a virtue, but not a dharma virtue. Then future lifetimes, we will enjoy certain basic comforts, but still samsaric phenomena, samsaric experience, which many of them are experienced in the form of suffering of change. So this youthfulness, this good health, long life, everything, experience of suffering of change, isn't it? Suffering of change. It's nice, but it will change. It won't last. You see. So therefore, whatever virtue we accumulate as a dharma virtue, especially altruistic virtue, then like in the initially there was Charya, give an example of the plantain tree, the merit that we accumulate, or virtue that we accumulate, infused by bodhicitta, altruism, then the merit you will enjoy from very now until enlightenment of all sentient beings. It lasts very much. The merit will last forever, and the merit will multiply. It brings the fulfillment of so many wishes, like wish fulfilling, unexhaustible, like tree, like that. Any other virtues are like a banana tree, banana tree. Once fruition one time, then no more fruit. Is that true? Okay. So any virtue is, without infuse of the altruism, then very limited benefit, and that also in the form of suffering of change. So that's what it says like that. So therefore. So you need to release the attachment towards this very life's concern. But that doesn't mean that when you focus future lifetime's benefit, then you may how to say, neglect this lifetime's benefit. So that's not true. When you accumulate the benefit for future lifetimes, the meritorious benefit you also start to enjoy from now, and even some more greater way. Greater way. So if you accumulate merit of the Dharma, that which is focusing on enlightenment, you also enjoy the benefit of all the virtuous benefit of liberation, self-liberation. On top of that, all the virtuous benefit of higher rebirths in future lifetimes, and all the virtuous benefit of this lifetime's goodness also. By the way, like that. If you accumulate, the worldly virtue, the maximum benefit is within this very lifetime only. Maximum it will go up to next life, and then the virtues are all exhausted. So like that. So then the second quality is the discriminative wisdom. We as a student need to have a basic understanding of what is virtue, what are the virtues and what are the non-virtues. What are, in particular here is referring to what are beneficial for liberation, what are harmful for liberation. So when you relate to your teacher, then whatever the teacher reveals, teacher bring impact to liberation, and that to be adopted, that to be practiced. Whatever against the liberation, whatever obstacle to the liberation, then even teacher says so, you have to just put aside. Respectfully. So when you submit completely yourself to the teacher, of course, when teacher carry this full quality, the student carry student's quality, will never go wrong. But as I mentioned before, there are teachers who are not enlightened beings. They are also a practitioner, but then someone that you commit as a teacher-disciple relationship, then there. You still have the full right to using your own wisdom, what to accept, what not to accept, and without damaging the relationship. So especially when you practice Tantra, there's one section after receiving initiation. So is the concept of the Tatam. Zo is the teacher, the guru. Whatever the guru say, I will follow 100%. I will follow 100%. So that is the commitment. And sometimes some individual, didn't have the foundational teaching about this. Then individuals struggle how to practice that. There are certain things that which we feel that I'm not capable, but then the guru asks you to do it, and either you damage the guru-disciple relationship, or do something with so much stress, so much inconvenience. So both are not supposed to do. Both not supposed to happen. So therefore, in lamrim it says sikijam. You can clarify with the word. Okay, there's certain thing that which you are unable to fulfill. Then it says that I value that, and I will deliver when I am capable. So the basic wisdom of discrimination is needed. Then the third one is you need to have the idea that the homework of the Dharma I need to do, not by guru. So especially when you introduce Tantra, then some individual they have this misunderstanding that after initiation, all your karmas are purified, and now you're completely okay. You don't have to do any homework. And certain precepts, after we receive certain precepts, we thought that just receiving is done. Oh, I'm so blessed. So no need to practice the commitment. The thing is that the reality is, even Buddha can transfer his realization onto us, even though he has all the skillful means to benefit us. He can't, like cleanse our negativities, just like washing the clothes by detergent. The only way is that he deliver the correct dharma to us, and we need to do the homework. We need to practice the yogas, you see. So with these three qualities and minimum three qualities of the guru, when these two come together, then there's nothing is not achievable, including enlightenment within this very cushion. So something like that. Any questions? Okay? You're okay? Then I will continue to read. No questions? No questions? No questions? Okay, now verse 2. So from verse 2 to verse 6 is introduction on the three capable beings path, or the definition, introducing the definitions of what are the three capable beings, and it is path. So it says like this: understand there are three kind of persons because of their small, middling, and supreme capabilities. Capacities, I shall write clearly distinguishing their individual characteristic. So you see, when you give a commentary of this, different verses of the Dharma teaching, so there are many ways. Certain commentary, the commentary on the summary, the essence of the verse. Certain commentary, it carries the word meaning and also the explanation. First you explain the word meaning, one word by one word. Then the second you explain the line. Then third you explain the whole sentence in the verse. The whole verse. Then after that, then you also explain the overall meaning of the whole chapter, so there's many ways. So I think here you will be very much brief commentary, mainly focus on the meaning of the verse. Then if there are certain words that need to illustrate, certain hidden meanings, then we'll illustrate that. Won't able to go through very detailed word by word. So understanding there are the three kind of persons, three kind of practitioners person here. Because of their small, middling, and supreme capacities, is referring to their courage. It is more towards more this defined mainly through the method aspect of the path, and that comes the attitude, the courageous attitude. You can differentiate the three kind of beings based on the strength of compassion. The compassion mainly focus on very limited, just for yourself and for others, but first work on yourself. Then the great one is you from the very start you work for the benefit of all the sentient beings. So then Atisha says he will write the individual characteristic clearly. So then verse 3 says, know that those who by whatever means seek for themselves no more than the pleasure of psychic existence are persons of a less capacity. Seek themselves no more than the pleasure of psychic existence. Here referring to the preparable the environment of the three higher realms, such as human, God, and demigod, in comparison to the three lower realms. Comparing to the hell realm, hungry ghost realm, animal realm, the human environment is definitely much more comfortable than God's environment. The environment in the demigod is much more comfortable. So someone's spiritual purpose is to actualize higher rebirth in God, human, and demigod in future life by renouncing three lower realms, hell, hungry ghost, animal, and renouncing its causes that which will cause you to be reborn in three lower realms, and living on the path, observing those virtues that which will result higher rebirths are the seminal capable beings. Those are seminal capable beings. Those are in Buddhist practice, the baby practitioners. And the practices which will purify the causes to be born in three lower realms, at the same time accumulate causes to be born in higher realms, are the practice that introduced from the refuge, the common refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and practice on karma, to understand the karma, then observing like practice of 10 virtues, purifying and abstaining, committing the 10 non-virtues, like such as 3 of body, then 4 of speech, and the 3 of heart, such as no killing, no stealing, etc. So the main causes to be born in the 3 lower realms, such as an example, there are 10 non-virtues, but let's say an example, killing. The heaviest karma of killing, in hell realm, slightly lighter in hungry ghost, slightly lighter is in animal realm. So prevent that. then observing the practice of no killing, respecting others' life, those virtues will result ourselves to be born in future life in higher rebirths, a human god, a demigod, And on top of that, observing morality. Again, when morality here is morality abstaining from committing negativities and morality gathering virtues, such as practice of generosity, so that will result us to higher rebirths. So if you want to make it simple, there's three causes. One is accumulating virtues such as 10 virtues. Second one is observing moral ethics. The third one is aspiring, wishing that I do not wish to be born in three realms, and I wish to be born in higher realm, in human and God. With that motivation, then living in the second two practice. And with that, for that purpose, then any form of practices that you engage, that which introduce from Dharma, like light offerings, circumambulation, turning prayer wheels, reciting mantras, for even some individual, even though they already engage in Tantra, but they didn't really understood the whole teaching of Tantra, and they recite the tantric mantras. They relate to certain practice of Tantra, but for the purpose of purifying three lower realms and to actualize higher rebirths. So you can label you are a tantric practitioner, but you actually fall into this small capable beings practice, so like that. Then verse 4, those who seek peace for themselves alone, turning away from worldly pleasure and avoiding destructive actions, are said to be of the middling capacity. Those who seek peace for themselves alone, which is referring to the nirvana peace, the benefit of the self-liberation, which usually actualize by following the two different pathways. One of the pathways by following the solitary realizer's pathway. The another is the following the hearer's pathway. So in the scriptural language, they use like that. So it is a Hinayana path. And the practitioner of such have a concern well-being of all sentient beings, but they realize that is unachievable task, at least at this stage. So therefore, first I should work it out for myself. First I should actualize the nirvana peace, then we'll think about it. So with that motivation, then they either choose hearer's path or solitary realized path. They also got 5 paths to gradually develop. And the main object to be purified is the delusional obscuration, or the delusional obstacle, which are called the obstacle to nirvana. So to purify the delusion, like such as attachment, anger, etc. the main antidote, the main path is emptiness. Certain practitioners, they use the wisdom of selflessness of person. Some individuals, they use the wisdom of selflessness of phenomena. Some individuals, they use the term, the common term, the emptiness wisdom. Then for the meritorious accumulation, they don't use altruistic practices, altruistic intention, but they still utilize the practice of love, great love also, great compassion also. But the great compassion, as I mentioned before, they carry that value in the heart. But when they express in action, performing virtues, the compassion mainly focus on themselves, their own liberation. So turning away from the worldly pleasure. So turning away, not earlier small capable being, they turn away from the the life, rebirth in three lower realms. Now here, the middle capable being, they turn away from all the six realms, the six realms of existence, by understanding the all three levels of suffering. The small capable being, they very much renounce the suffering of pain, suffering of pain. So from the three suffering, the small capable being, they renounce the suffering of pain. Then they don't mind, or they regard the suffering of change without understanding the meaning of suffering of change. They understood as a pleasure, and they pursue that which they can enjoy in the higher rebirth, like human and God and demigod. As for middle capable being, all the pleasure that the goodness that human has, God, demigod, all are understood to be suffering, also to be renounced. Not only that, even carry the understanding of the pervasive compounded suffering, means they really understood how the karma works, how the delusion works, understood very clearly how harmful it is. Then they pursue for genuine happiness, genuine peace. So peace and happiness of liberation is true happiness. It's real happiness. So turning away from worldly pleasure, turning away from the pleasure of God, demigod, and human being, and avoiding destructive action. Again, 10 non-virtues, and destructive actions of heart, which is the delusions like anger, attachment, etc., are said to be middling capacity. So now we can understand which category we are falls into. So then the path, the 10 virtues, of course it's a common, so definitely observe that. Then the main teaching to the middle capable beings is the Four Noble Truth, traveling of interdependent existence. So these are main teaching. Again, these are common to the higher capable beings, and also it is suitable to, it still can bring great benefit, even this teaching introduced to the small capable beings, but mainly focus on the middle capable being. So, as mentioned before, first thing is they make sure they understand the real suffering. The most extended, the most painful suffering. First they learn that. That's why Buddha said first suffering is to be known. So it's referring to the pervasive compounded suffering. So that's the most painful, comparing to the pain of suffering of change, or even the suffering of pain. Suffering of pain is nothing compared to the pervasive compounded suffering. So they work it out, purifying its causes, the delusion and the karma. Then they adopt the path, the third noble truth, the path of wisdom of emptiness. Then they arrive at the nirvana peace, the fourth noble truth, the nirvana peace. No? Or they learn, they understand the 12 link of interdependent existence, how ignorance lead to creation of all the karma, then that lead, such as age, sickness, death, the circle. They learn about that. Then again, adopt the wisdom of emptiness that directly antidote to the ignorant, and by eliminating ignorance, they are able to overcome the karma. By able to overcome the karma, they are able to overcome the rebirth. By able to overcome the rebirth, they are able to overcome aging, sickness, and death. And there, they achieve the state of living where there's no more death. They conquer the death, conquer the lord of death. And that is the state of liberation. You see. Then verse 5, those who through their personal suffering truly want to end completely all the sufferings of others are persons of supreme capacity. Through their personal suffering, first you learn about your own samsaric limitation, limitations of suffering of pain, suffering of change, and most importantly, learn about the pervasive compounded suffering, how this aggregates both the body, the mind, feeling, compositional factor, all this, including the environment where we live, is to understood. These are all productions of karma, past our own creation of action. Where this action comes from is the creations of the actions created by delusion, like such as anger, attachment, ignorance, like three root delusions. These are the one that created it. First understand that, then not just in three lowly realms, or even you born in higher realms, human God, still bound by this pervasive compounded suffering. That means still suffering realm. Then you generate genuine sense of compassion towards you. Compassion meaning the heart that wish to elevate from suffering and want to cause to be free from suffering. So first you generate that to yourself. Then understand the rest of the others are equal, who do not wish to suffer, who only aspire happiness. But comparing with many sentient beings, especially comparing the sentient beings in three lower realms, even in humanity, most of human beings, them, maybe, I don't know whether I can say most or at least great amount of human beings, they do not practice compassion. Many human beings practice violence. Many human beings don't value compassion. They value anger. Anger they think is power. Compassion is weakness. There are people, human beings also think like that. You see. So comparing that, you are much more in better position. The positions of having this precious chivalry, but all the 8 freedoms to practice Dharma, 10 endowments, to practice compassion. You see, you have this intact senses, intact mind, faith, some more, interest. Then you are not. Your rebirth is free from all the limitation that helping, how it goes animal. You just look at the animal, like look at your pet. They have no, they don't have this, your human capability, to generate faith, to enhance the wisdom in Dharma, they don't have, you see. Even you happen to be born as a god and demigod, again, even there are so many favorable existence, like abundance of foods and friends and glory, but there's no heart of renunciation. If there's no heart of renunciation, there's no way you can generate compassion. So comparing, you are much more in better position. So therefore, I must, do something to help the rest of the others. Then you try to, establish the heart of immeasurable equanimity and immeasurable love in your heart. You see, immeasurable love is through understanding, the rest of the beings are equal to yourself, who only wish happiness. In that sense, it's equal to me, same to me, and yourself having in better position, now I must cause happiness to them. I must condition happiness to the rest of the sentient being in my very best ability, through my body, speech and mind. So then, in your heart, you establish immeasurable love. Then you establish immeasurable equanimity by focusing the same limitation that you have, bounded by karma and delusion, and living in the suffering of the compounded, aggregates. Rest of the sentient beings are also same. Sameness in that. But they have no tools of antidote to realize that, and tools of antidote to liberate these sentient beings, from this limitation. But me, I met the Dharma. I value compassion. I understand the value of compassion. So then, the moment, at the same time, as just like how you do not aspire even a moment of suffering, the rest of the sentient being too do not aspire equally like you. Then there, you establish the immeasurable equanimity. Immeasurable equanimity. Then you pursue the path, starting from Mahayanic refuge. Even as a first time introduced to Buddha Dharma, but with you, as long as you nurture with this attitude, this understanding, then even when you take refuge, you can take Mahayanic refuge. Means I take refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha for the benefit of numberless sentient beings, temporary happiness after the ultimate happiness, enlightenment. I take refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha, to free numberless sentient beings from oceans of samsaric suffering. It is causes karma and delusion. So then that refuge becomes Mahayanic refuge, great refuge. And when you live in the practice of refuge, abstaining from causing in your very best any inconvenience, in your very best, not causing any inconvenience to others, starting from you and others. You are also one of sentient beings, isn't it? If you forget about yourself, no way you can achieve Bodhicitta, no way you can actualize Bodhisattva's path, and no way enlightenment. So you must count for the practice of Mahayana, certain individual misunderstood is over. It is misunderstood as you should forget about yourself and you only think about others. It's not true. The Mahayanic Dharma is to focus on entire numberless sentient beings. And unless you're Buddha, then okay, fine. If you're still an ordinary living being, you are counted. Don't worry. You are included. You must include. You see. So that's why, yes, through the personal suffering, reasoning your personal suffering, then generate that small compassion, develop into great compassion. Then eventually that great compassion will develop into altruistic attitude, like the heart that's similar to all the Bodhisattvas carries, and that altruistic heart eventually will develop into a altruistic omniscient heart, Buddha's heart, you see, so like that. So, so therefore, starting from yourself, the rest of the sentient being, try your very best to condition and cause happiness. If unable to do that, at least refraining from causing inconvenience and unhappiness. So then, right there, you achieve refuge, you achieve protection. Refuge is protection, isn't it? You achieve refuge, you see. So, how? If, you do not want to cause any suffering to you, if that is true, then you cannot let your heart to generate delusions like anger, attachment, aversion. Any delusion arises, that will cause inconvenience to you. So now you living in the antidote, the path like love, compassion, forgiveness, aspirations, wisdom, etc. As long as your heart filled with that, you are protecting from the intrusions of harm givers, which are your delusions. You see, makes sense, right? There it protects you. How refuge protects you. You see. So similarly, now you want to cause happiness to others, other sentient beings. Start from someone next to you and rest of the sentient beings. Lama Atisha in the collection of Kadamba's advice there says the practice has to start from the nearest one. We generate compassion to all sentient beings, but you forget the person next to you, then that's not truthful practice. That's not a real practice. You just lip sync practice. So the real practice, start from you within, then next whoever. It could be your partner, it could be children, your parent, your in-law, it could be your pets, it could be spirit, it could be stranger, whatever, whoever, it could be even your enemy. The practice of love, kindness, compassion has to start from there, train from there, it says like that. So therefore, then let's say, you protect your three doors, at least, your three doors, causing any inconvenience to others. The best, you utilize your three doors to cause happiness to others. Say kind words, deliver kind physical gestures. Then, if that too unable, inconvenient to do, at least in our heart, we always pray well wishes for others. Always have a good thought about others. Dedicate our prayers, our practices. At least we can do that, isn't it? You see. So. Oh, okay, dinner time. Yes. So then all the other rest of the practices, like observing lay vows, killing or stealing, no sexual misconduct, do that for the benefit of numberless sentient beings. Then observing all the individual liberation vows, like sangha vows, you do that for the benefit of numberless sentient beings, from temporary happiness up to ultimate happiness. All this become Mahayanic Dharma, and the practitioner is Mayanist. So these are called the practitioner of the great vehicle, or great capability being, like that. So I will stop here. So from here you can see in which category you want to fall in, or already fall, or if you want to upgrade, now upgrade it. There will be a Buddhist vow ceremony, isn't it? Or there will be a major updates and upgrades. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Dagi Jini Sabe Gyawa de Tendandowa Kulangambe na Kebra Jizun Losan Chaban Tembe Nimbo Rendo Sashi Jo Sashi Bege Joji Mendo Chama Rerakle Shin de Gemba de Sanje Jindo Migde Bewa Dogun Nabla Shina Chepara Isho Yedam Guru Rana Mendala Kamni Taya Mi Shanju Senjo Rembo Jimani Banam Geju Jegewa Nyamba Mebaya Wone Kondo Pevrasho Toni Tawa Rembo Jimani Nyamba Mebaya Wone Kondo Pevrasho Renye Tawa Rembo Jimani Banam Geju Jegewa Nyamba Mebaya Wone Kondo Pevrasho Kangri Rave Gobe Jingam De Pendan Dewa Male Juwe Chere Siwa Tenzin Yazo Ye Shabe Sede Bando Tenjur Jin Jambe Power Jidra Kemba Kundo Sampo Tenyandesh Deda Gwenye Jeso Dalo Je Jawa Deda Tamje Rapto Mo Deso Shebe Jawa Tamje De Owa Kangla Chudo Maba Tashin Jebe Zawa De Gwenya Sampo Jeje Rapto Owa Rai. Thank you for your food. Lama Sanje Lama Je Deje Lama Gede De Kunye Je Bon Lama Namla Je Ba Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.